plays a crucial role in enhancing organization capabilities and driving change. Many organizations struggle to adopt a changing job market, leading to outdated practices and perception of a troublesome recruitment process that risks losing valuable talent. A comprehensive approach is necessary to address the entire recruitment process from start to finish. Clear guidelines should be established for processing CVs, ensuring that relevant information reaches the appropriate interviewers while prioritizing the safety of personal data. Measurements should be taken to streamline the recruitment process and protect sensitive information effectively.
So we created a data flow diagram level 0. So obviously you have the system here, and with the recruiter and interviewer, they would input the feedback, so the information around what has happened. And then the recruiter would also want some form of natural language processing so that they can see automatically who can be moved forward to the interview. We've also got the HR manager, so from the personas, they want to be able to analyze the way that this functionality is so that they could examine it and make improvements potentially. And also, we also have the candidate, so from the persona throughout, they want to be able to get outcomes from the system. So hopefully, after the interviews, they'll get responses throughout.
For our solution, we have a database that consists of 3 tables: the candidate table, the application table, and the job table. But the candidate table has one-to-many relationship with the application table. Similarly, the job table has one-to-many relationship with the application table. For our candidate table, we have a primary key of candidate ID, which becomes the foreign key in the application table, with job ID as well as the foreign key, and a primary key, which is the application ID. In the job table, we have one primary key, which is the job ID.
Okay, this is our proposed solution. So as you can see here, we've got a form where you can basically type the candidate name. So I can, for instance, type a name, so John Smith. And then you can type the feedback as well of the interview. So you can say this interview was good. So then this section allows you to upload a file. So you could upload the CV of the candidate. You can click open, then you'll have it. And then in order to submit the form, you'd click on save feedback. So once you've clicked on save feedback, it should come up with a thank you message. And basically what is happening here, we're storing both the transcript of the CV into the database and also the content of the feedback box into a database. It will have 2 different paths. So one section will go into the a specific table called document table, and the other one will go into the feedback table. So then when you want to basically make a decision on which candidate to choose, you can filter, but you can basically get a rank of the top candidates for a specific role. So for instance, you can type top 2, select a job. So here we got just some demo. So we can select, for instance, teacher. And then when you click on submit, you get the names of the best candidates for that specific role. So I'll give you another example. So we can click on job selection. So in this case, we'll type 3 instead, and click, for instance, for doctor. Click on submit, and you can see we get different names. So you got the names, and then you also got the keyword count, which is basically trying to match the job description with the CV and the feedback provided by the interviewer. Thank you so much for listening.
So in terms of the metrics that we'll be using for the effectiveness, obviously with the recalled candidate rate per year. So instead of just using the traditional methods like LinkedIn and online services, actually using information that we have stored and then being able to look at candidates and recall them for example, interviews that we think are suitable for positions. So obviously then that will show that our technology is being used, and also as well the number of successfully hired. So potentially after they get interviews, then they can also be hired.
So to ensure all the legal and ethical requirements are met, we have ensured that our system is compliant with GDPR. This is done by ensuring that the candidate has read and understood the terms and conditions, which will ask them to agree that the personal information will be saved to our database system. for any future references. There will also be an opportunity at the interview where they will be reminded the fact the information will be saved in case it's needed in the future for potential opportunities available at the company.
In terms of the question of scalability, that would not be a problem because our system uses a centralized database. So whenever there's a new job description or new keywords that emerge, we could easily update the database by providing the user with an interface to perform those actions. Even though in the future, when we use some NLP techniques, the underlying data will still be a text data, which could be easily updated to our interface. Thank you for listening.